So what do we get when we have a structure fire? What are the products of combustion? They are smoke, heat, and sometimes light. Smoke is made of solid particles, vapors, toxic gases. The solid particles are just tiny bits of unburned fuel floating through the air. The toxic gases is something very important. Carbon monoxide is prevalent in all fires. It's caused by the incomplete combustion of various products. Causes dizziness, causes coma, causes death. A lot of people who are killed by smoke inhalation have high carbon monoxide levels in their bodies. But another serious concern, especially in today's furnishings, today's products, is the chemical of hydrogen cyanide. It's prevalent in the fires that we have because of the plastics, particularly. Its signs and symptoms mimic those of carbon monoxide: dizziness, lightheadedness, people passing out, up to and including death. It's flammable, and it's very prevalent in today's society. We need to be concerned not just with where the smoke is showing over on the left side of this photo, but we need to be looking at the other portions of that structure, because we don't know what's going on behind those other doors and windows. The smoke may have traveled down a hallway into a bedroom where somebody was trying to escape and they were overcome by the smoke. More particularly, they were overcome by the carbon monoxide, by the hydrogen cyanide, or by the other various toxic gases that are prevalent in that smoke. It's one reason why we wear our air in with us in our SCBA, and why it's very important that we get into our searches and find our victims as quickly as possible to limit their exposure to the smoke. Smoke is unburned fuel. Those tiny particles, those toxic gases, they're just waiting for the right mixture of air, the right mixture of heat to go ahead and ignite on their own. Smoke is unburned fuel. Another product of combustion is heat. We've already talked in a couple previous videos about the intensity of the heat, the amount of the heat, how fast the heat's being produced. In this photo, we see through the thermal imaging camera higher heat levels at the top, cooler levels of heat down lower to the ground. It's very important that we get in, extinguish the fire quickly. We cool the heat portion of the fire tetrahedron in order to remove the heat from the equation. But what does the heat do to us as firefighters? What does heat do to the civilians? Well, when you breathe that superheated air, those superheated gases, 1 or 2 lungfuls could be enough to burn your entire airway, causing your lungs to close up. No more air, no more breathing, death occurs quickly. The third thing that we might get as a product of combustion is light. Not every fire has flame, not every fire has light. Most times it does. But remember, a smoldering fire or a non-flaming combustion, something could be burning, but there is no visible light. These smoldering rags are an example. More commonly for us as firefighters is blown-in insulation. A light here in an attic has contact with the insulation and it just begins to smolder. The attic might be smoky. You might peer in there and see no flame, though. That's the problem. The insulation will just be turning colors. Smoke, heat, light. The 3 main products of combustion.